You've probably been told your whole life that a good plan is this secret to success. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the real key is actually planning less? Today, we're going to dig into that exact idea.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever been right on the edge of a big, exciting change, but you just feel frozen? You know exactly what you want to do, but your feet just won't move? Something's holding you back.
And that's when the excuses start, right? We start telling ourselves, oh, I just need to learn this one more thing, or, if I just had a bit more money saved up. And of course, the big one, I just need a perfect foolproof plan before I can start. Sound familiar?
We trick ourselves into thinking this is all about being responsible, being smart. But really, what if we're just building a prison for ourselves? A cage that's built brick by brick out of our own what-ifs. Because here's the absolute truth of it. You simply cannot solve a problem that doesn't exist yet. When you spend all your time trying to figure out every possible mistake you might make in the future, you burn up all the energy you need to take that first crucial step today. Now, to really bring this to life, I want to tell you a story about a weaver. Her name was Alara, and she had absolutely everything she needed to create a masterpiece. Everything, that is, except the courage to actually start. I mean, picture this. Her studio was just this paradise of creativity. It was overflowing with the most beautiful silks, bursting with vibrant dyes. People would come from all over just to hear her describe the amazing tapestries she was going to make. But if you actually looked at her loom, it was always silent, always cold. Now, in her mind, she wasn't procrastinating. No, she was preparing. She was totally convinced that if she didn't have the entire perfect design mapped out down to the very last knot, she'd just waste all of her beautiful, expensive silk. So by protecting herself from every possible mistake, she was also protecting herself from ever creating anything real. She was perfectly safe and perfectly stuck. But then, one afternoon, an old master weaver happened to be passing through town. He saw what was happening, and he offered her a piece of advice that was so simple, yet so profound. After looking at all of her detailed sketches, all her perfectly organized silks, he turned to her cold, empty loom and asked this gentle but piercing question. You have a beautiful map, but where is the journey? Okay, let's just pause on that for a second. Ask yourself right now, honestly, what's the one thing you've been sketching for months, maybe even years, while your own loom just sits there empty? Now, what's so fascinating is what the master didn't do. He didn't get tangled up in her beautiful plans. He totally ignored her complicated designs. He didn't ask a single thing about her grand vision. Instead, he did three incredibly simple things. First, he reached into her basket and just picked up a single, plain gray thread. Second, he tied that one thread to the loom. And third, he just started to weave. Just one single inch of fabric. That's all. And then he explained the lesson. The strength of a tapestry, he said, it's like a bridge. It isn't found in worrying about the whole thing. It's found in the perfection of each tiny connection you make, right here, right now. And that lesson, it clicked. It changed everything for Alara. She finally understood that real progress doesn't come from a perfect plan. It comes from action. Look at what happened. On her first day, she didn't try to conquer the world. She just worked for 1 hour. And yeah, in that first week, she made mistakes. But because she wasn't chasing some impossible idea of perfection, she just fixed them and kept going. And within a month, she had a finished real tapestry. And here is the truly magical part. As she worked, the real pattern began to emerge, all on its own, through the process of doing. It revealed itself in ways that were way more beautiful and complex than anything she could have ever sketched out beforehand. She finally learned the ultimate lesson of getting things done. One small, real step will always, always beat 1,000 beautiful words about a plan that never, ever starts. So this is a great story, but how do we actually use this lesson in our own lives, like today? Well, let's talk about something called the first thread practice. It's super simple. Step 1, pick that project. You know the one I'm talking about, the one you've been avoiding. Step 2, forget the 5-year plan. Heck, forget the 1-month plan. Step 3, ask yourself this one simple question. What does this project need from me in the next 24 hours? And finally, step 4, you just do that one small thing.
So what's your first thread? Your life is the loom. You don't need to see the whole masterpiece to start. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't need any more people who can just describe success beautifully. It needs people who wake up, pick up that first thread, and just do the work.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.